By next year, I will have finished my degree. They will have completed the construction of the new building by the end of the month. By the time you arrive, I will have already left for work. She will have read all the books on her reading list by the summer. By next Friday, we will have painted the entire house. He will have saved enough money to buy a new car by the end of the year. By tomorrow, I will have finished writing the report. They will have decorated the venue for the party before the guests arrive. By next month, we will have planted the garden with all the flowers. She will have completed her piano lessons by the time she turns 10. By the time the movie starts, we will have bought our tickets. They will have prepared dinner by the time you get home. By next week, I will have visited all the museums in the city. We will have cleaned the entire house before the guests arrive. By the end of the day, he will have fixed the leaky faucet. They will have finished their homework by the time their parents get home. By next year, she will have saved enough money to travel around Europe. He will have graduated from college by the time he turns 25. By tomorrow morning, I will have finished reading this novel. They will have completed the renovation of the kitchen by next month. By the time the party starts, they will have set up all the decorations. She will have learned how to swim by the end of the summer. By next semester, he will have mastered the French language. They will have built a new playground in the park by next spring. By tomorrow evening, we will have watched all the episodes of the new TV series. She will have finished her painting by the time the art exhibition opens. By next year, they will have celebrated their 10th wedding anniversary. We will have cooked dinner by the time you get back from work. By next Friday, he will have completed the marathon training program. They will have repaired the roof before the rainy season begins. By the time the guests arrive, she will have baked a cake for the party. He will have written his book by the end of the year. By tomorrow afternoon, we will have hiked to the summit of the mountain. They will have finished remodeling the bathroom by next month. By next summer, she will have learned how to play the guitar. He will have saved enough money to buy a house by next year. By the time you wake up, I will have left for the airport. They will have completed the crossword puzzle by the time the newspaper arrives. By next week, we will have finished painting the fence. She will have graduated from high school by the time she turns 18. By the end of the month, they will have moved into their new apartment. He will have planted the garden before the first frost arrives. By tomorrow night, she will have finished knitting the sweater. They will have cleaned out the garage by the time the garage sale starts. By next year, we will have saved enough money to go on a vacation. She will have completed her volunteer work by the end of the summer. By the time the train arrives, we will have packed our bags. They will have finished filming the movie by next month. By tomorrow morning, he will have fixed the broken door. She will have graduated from college with honors by the time she turns 21. By next summer, they will have visited all the national parks in the country. He will have written the screenplay by the time filming begins. By the time the concert starts, they will have rehearsed all the songs. They will have completed the science project by next week. By tomorrow afternoon, we will have completed the hike to the waterfall. She will have submitted her thesis by the end of the semester. By next month, he will have finished writing his novel. They will have installed the new kitchen appliances by tomorrow. By tomorrow night, she will have finished sewing the dress. He will have repaired the bicycle by the time he goes on the bike ride. By next year, they will have adopted a puppy from the shelter. She will have prepared all the food for the party by tomorrow. By the time the guests arrive, he will have set up the barbecue. They will have completed the puzzle by the time the sun sets. By tomorrow morning, we will have reached the summit of the mountain. She will have finished writing the screenplay by the end of the week. By next summer, he will have learned how to surf. They will have finished building the treehouse by next month. By tomorrow afternoon, she will have completed the marathon. He will have painted the entire house by the time the paint dries. By next year, they will have saved enough money to buy a car. She will have finished the knitting project by tomorrow night. By tomorrow morning, he will have completed the crossword puzzle. They will have finished the remodeling project by next week. By next month, she will have learned how to play the piano. He will have completed the home renovation by the end of the year. By tomorrow night, they will have finished watching the movie. She will have cooked dinner by the time you get home from work. By next summer, he will have visited all the major cities in Europe. They will have finished the landscaping project by next month. By tomorrow afternoon, she will have finished the quilt. He will have finished the novel by the time the book club meets. By next year, they will have renovated the entire house. She will have completed the volunteer work by the end of the month. By tomorrow morning, he will have solved the math problem. They will have completed the painting project by next week. By next month, she will have learned how to cook Italian cuisine. He will have finished the repair work by the end of the day. By tomorrow afternoon, they will have reached the campground. She will have completed the sewing project by tomorrow night. By tomorrow morning, he will have finished reading the book. They will have solved the mystery by the time the detective arrives. By next year, she will have learned how to speak French fluently. He will have finished the coding project by the end of the week. By tomorrow afternoon, they will have completed the marathon. She will have submitted the proposal by the time the deadline arrives. By next summer, he will have climbed all the peaks in the mountain range. They will have harvested the crops by the time the autumn arrives. By next year, she will have written her first novel. He will have graduated from medical school by the time he turns 30.